Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be shopping my stash, but before we shop my stash, I'm going to be looking at the products that I used while we were traveling. So everything in here is the products that I took with me. This is the Impressions Vanity little case that I purchased. I purchased this from Costco. I think they still have this on Costco if you're interested in it. I think it's really cute and it's pretty sturdy and it holds quite a bit. I was quite surprised how much it actually holds, and it locks. So if you need to lock it up, it'll lock up for you. So let's pop this open and we'll talk about everything that was inside of here. So once we get it open, it opens like that, and then your top part's right here, and then down inside of here is where the first layer of products are. So the first thing I took is the Bobbi Brown face base. I took this with me. I thought I was going to end up using it, but honestly I didn't even open this up at all while I was traveling. So this is something that I probably could have left behind and just left at home because it didn't get used, only because I really didn't need something super duper hydrating because the foundation I took was pretty hydrating. So this was just an unnecessary pack for me. The next thing is the Stila. This is the Stila Shimmer and Glow. This one is in the shade Freedom. So it's a really pretty green color. I love the shade of it. I think the shade is really pretty. It is starting to dry out on me. I've noticed when I was using it, it was starting to dry out as well as the other one that I took. I took this one as well. This one is in Kitten. So both of these are drying out pretty majorly. So I don't know why, but I spent a ton of money getting a lot of these little products when they first came out, and now I think most of them are drying out. So I probably will not be purchasing any more of these, like from the Stila Glitter and Glows, because I think they dry out too quickly. Then we took the Too Faced. This is the Better Than Sex mascara. I love this mascara. I think it works really well. I like the tubing to it as well, like the actual packaging. The packaging is very heavy weighted. It's like metal, so it's very heavy weighted, so it travels very well. But this was a good one. I was happy I took that one. Then I also took my Stila Extreme Huge. So this one is the Extreme mascara. So this one was nice as well, but the only thing with this one is I feel like this is starting to dry out as well. I think this one's pretty much had it, so this one is going to the empties, but this is one of my favorites. As you guys may or may not know, this is one of my favorite mascaras that I currently own, so I love it, but it's done. I think it's done. And then we have this right here. This is the Fenty Beauty. This is the one in, I think my camera's not focusing. So I thought my camera was not focusing, but it is actually focusing, so that's good. So at least I know now that the actual data that I'm uploading, or the video that I'm uploading, is going to be focused. But anyway, this is the Fenty Beauty, and this one is in Diamond Milk. I really like this one. I took Diamond Milk and the other one, which is like the pinky one. So I took both of them. I don't have the pinky one in here. I think I may have that in my purse actually, so I just kept it in my purse for now. But it's beautiful. Both of these are beautiful. I prefer the pinky one over the Diamond Milk. I think the Diamond Milk's fine, but it's not my favorite. I think the other one is way better. Then I took the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Color Chameleon, the Champagne Diamonds for Blue Eyes, it says. I don't have blue eyes, but I did use this anyway. This is a little bit, like, it tugs too much on the eyes. I felt like I was, like, pulling quite hard to actually get it to work. I did not enjoy the way that it worked for me. This is something that I don't know that I'll actually be keeping in my collection. I'm going to give it maybe another try or two, and if it doesn't work, then it's just going to get decluttered. It's not something that I'm truly loving. Then I took the Stila. This is the Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. This one worked really well for me. I had no issues with it. I wish I would have taken like a pencil liner though as well. I don't think I did. I'm pretty sure I didn't. No, I didn't. So I wish I would have taken a regular pencil liner as well, but this one worked really well. I'm not good at like cat wing or anything like that. Cat eye, is it cat wing or cat eye? I have no idea. Either way, but I can't do that, but it does do a good wing, or a good liner. Then I took my little personal trimmer thing. I took this just because it's great to have. I do get stray hairs on my face, so I like to kind of nick them in the bud. So this worked really well for getting rid of those. This is the Wall brand, so it works well. So no problems with that. Then I have the Benefit Gimme Brow. This one worked really well for me. It's good for adding a little bit of color, and it also kind of sets your brows a little bit. I'm trying to see, is it focusing or what is going on here? I don't know what's wrong with my camera. There we go. So this is the Gimme Brow. I do like this. It does give your brows a little bit of color, and it kind of sets them in place. So it works really well for me. And I have mine in the shade number 3, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 3. Then I have this right here. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Flawless Wear Concealer. This is a good concealer, but I'd say that if you are someone who has really dry skin, this is not the best concealer. I do have problems with it kind of making my eyes look a little bit creepy underneath. But it does work, so it's not terrible. It's just that you have to kind of work with it, make sure that you don't put too much or anything like that. So it works, just it's not the best. I think that is what the problem is. I think I need to go back further. Let's see. Ugh. Is that gonna help? Yes, that helps a little bit, I think. Maybe. I don't know what is wrong with my camera. Okay, anyway, I'm having major issues. Alright, so now we're going to the next section here, and this one has a lot of like the foundations and stuff that I used. So I have this one right here. This is the IT Cosmetics CC Color Correcting Full Coverage Cream, and this one has SPF 50 in it, which is awesome, especially for traveling during the summer. I have mine in the shade Light. I did use this with no problems whatsoever, and because it's the shade Light, I thought for sure it might be too pale, but it works, especially because I used the bronzer that I'll show you guys here in a second. I used a really good bronzer with it, and the bronzer really helped to kind of make it a little bit more deeper once my skin darkened from the sun. And then we have the Too Faced, not Too Faced, I think Too Faced because it says TF, it's Tom Ford. This is the Eye Primer Duo. This is really nice, but honestly guys, I would not spend my money on this again. It's not that like fancy or anything like that. I mean, it's fancy packaging and things like that. The top of this has a powder, and then it has a little bitty mirror, and then the bottom is going to be your eyelid base. You can tell that I'm using a lot of it, but honestly, it's just, I don't think it's worth it. Don't buy this, guys. It's not that great for the money. Then we have the Brazilian Kiss by Sol de Janeiro. This is awesome. It smells really, really good. I love the way these little lip products smell because they smell like, I don't know, like butter, honestly. Almost like butter and suntan oil. It just smells really good. So my lips do get very dry when we're out in the sun. This is a newer one. I did have another one with me, but we used that one almost completely up. So this is one of the newer ones that I just kind of added back to my little box here so I could show you guys. Then I used this right here one day. This is the Clinique Even Better Broad Spectrum Makeup SPF 15. And this is in the shade Golden Neutral. So it was a little too yellow for me. I did look quite orange, almost. Not really orange, just really yellow. So I need to figure out how to tone this down. I think I have another foundation that I have an issue with that. And I ended up buying like a purple primer, and that helped to tone it down. So that one is quite yellow for me for right now. I have two setting sprays here. We have the Kula. This is the organic makeup setting spray with SPF 30. Then we have the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. Both of these are really good. The Kula does, I don't know if it actually has alcohol in it, but I do know that it kind of like, I feel like it just like immediately dries onto your skin. But both of them I had enjoyed, so I had no problems with either one of those. Then I have the Urban Decay. This is the Naked Skin Concealer. This is the Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer. I don't think it's like full coverage, but it's really good coverage. For me, it works just fine, and it doesn't like show any kind of like creasing. I don't have any issues with that. It definitely is better than the Estee Lauder one in my opinion, so I love this. Then we have the Too Faced Hangover RX. This is the Replenishing Face Primer. This one's like a hydrating one. This is almost empty because I did use this one basically as just like putting on, just not even makeup on, just to give like myself a little bit of moisture throughout the day when I wasn't wearing makeup. So it worked really well for that and underneath makeup. But then I have another one. I have two of those. Ended up taking two of those little ones. And then I also have the Coconut Skin Smoothie Priming Moisturizer. So this is really nice as well. I think these two are very similar in my opinion. I think if you're wanting to try one and you have a brand preference, both of these are very, very similar. And then I have these little Farrah brushes, little tweezer set. So it's like, I don't know, like flatter on one end and then definitely more pointier on the other end. These worked really well for traveling. And then we have a stack of brushes here. So I took all of these brushes. I took some of my Sigma brushes. You guys know this is my favorite blush brush. This is the Besame brush. I love this brush for doing my blush with. Then I have some of the Luxie brushes, and then of course my whale's tail brush by Glamour Doll Eyes. This one is my favorite brush as well. So I took just some of my favorites to use. These all need to have a bath now. They're really dirty. Then the palette that I took and used the entire time is the e.l.f. Opposites Attract palette. So this worked so well for me. The only thing I think I told you guys in my monthly favorites is I wish there was a blue in here. We have two purples, greens, we have oranges, like some coppery shades. This is an excellent palette, and I think it's only like $14. Guys, this is as good as most of the high-end palettes that I've tested out. It is just a really, really good palette. The packaging is a little bit cheapy made, but I mean, 14 bucks, guys. Seriously, it's good. Try it out. Believe me, it's good. Then I took my Vera Mona color switch. Actually, this is not even the Vera Mona one. This is the Sephora color switch. So this is basically, so if you were doing an eye look and you put your brush into a powder, then you can kind of rub it off if you want to change colors out, so you don't have to take so many brushes. That's why I was able to only take that many brushes and go perfectly well. Then the other eyebrow product that I took that I ended up using completely up is the Benefit Precisely My Brow. This one is completely empty now, unfortunately. I do like this one, so I may end up putting, I'm gonna have to check to see how much brow products I have. I can't say I'm gonna buy it anytime soon again, because I think I have quite a few still, but it's good. Then we have this. I found a backup in my stash and I was so excited. I found the Too Faced Born This Way. This is the Undetectable Medium to Full Coverage Foundation, and I have mine in the shade Neutral Beige. Oh guys, this is my favorite foundation ever, 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 ever. I have tried many foundations, but this one just looks so good on my skin. I do have dry skin. I am over 40, so my skin is aging, so I think all of our skins are aging though, correct? But anyway, this one just works really well for me. It is my holy grail foundation, so I was happy that I was able to look through my drawers and find a backup of that before I left. The bronzer that I was mentioning that really helped to make the It Cosmetics darker is this right here. It's the Fenty Beauty, and this is in the shade, it's the Sunstalker bronzer in the shade Shady Biz. So there's what it looks like. It's not real deep or anything, but it just looks so good onto the face, because I felt like I could never go too heavy-handed with it. It's just perfect. It is a perfect bronzer. I absolutely love this. It's not a contour. It's definitely a bronzer, but it works so well for me. I want to order the full size on this. This came in like a little Sephora favorite set that I purchased, so love that. Then I took this right here. I did not use this at all. I thought for sure I would end up using it, but I didn't. This is the Smashbox little lip palette, so you get some little lip colors in here, but I did not even touch this while we were traveling. I thought I would, but I didn't. Then I took the Anastasia Beverly Hills blush. So this one has these shades right here. This is the Berry Adore palette. So there's what the colors look like. I've heard that you can get these palettes here from like TJ Maxx and stuff, so if you're interested in those, I would definitely check those places. But we have more of a peachy shade, more of a pinky shade, and more of a mauve shade, which worked out great for traveling because they have kind of like the variety. And then you can kind of blend them all together as well if you wanted to. So this was just perfect to travel with. Then, of course, my holy grail setting powder. This is the Becca Under Eye Brightening Setting Powder. Oh, God, this is so good. I'm so happy I purchased 2 more of these as backup when they were on sale at Ulta. I was just making sure I wasn't going too low on it because I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope I'm not running out already. I do have a backup, but I don't want to run out of that anytime soon. And then the eyelash curler I took was the Shiseido one. So this is the Shiseido eyelash curler. I still don't know why everybody loves this thing. I'm just like, it's okay. It's just not that great in my opinion. Then I took the Too Faced. This is the Love Light Blinded by the Light highlighter. Oh, I fell back in love with this highlighter. It almost makes me want to go through all of my makeup again and just kind of like figure out which ones I truly love. But that's what these Shop My Stashes are about, I guess. The things that I don't absolutely love or I'm not finding myself using, I need to go ahead and get rid of. Like, for example, like this Smashbox lip palette. I probably should take that and pass it along to somebody else. Just things like that. But this highlighter, guys, is so good. I love how smooth it is. I love that it's not an overly intense highlighter, that it looks almost natural but not really. So look how pretty that is. That is so gorgeous. My favorite, absolutely. Then I took the e.l.f. It's all dirty. The e.l.f. palette. This is the contour palette. Honestly, I didn't even get this out. I just ended up using the Fenty one. I did not use this whatsoever while traveling, so this could have stayed at home as well. So I could have kept home this I used once, but I mean, I didn't love it. What else could I have kept home? Oh, the Bobbi Brown. So these 3 things here could have definitely stayed home. They were not things that I found myself reaching for at all. So those could have stayed. I would have saved myself a little bit of room. But other than that, I did use everything else that I took with me. So that is a review on everything from last week. Now we're going to go ahead and pop into shopping my stash for this week, because this week is my anniversary. Today is actually my anniversary, so happy anniversary to me and my husband. We have been married, today is 19 years, so that's pretty awesome. So hang on, I'm gonna put this stuff to the side and then we'll start shopping my stash. Okay, we've got our little buggy here, so we've got our shopping cart. We can start shopping our stash. So we haven't used this in a couple weeks because we've been shopping our stash a little bit differently, but the shopping buggy is back, so we're going to fill it up for the week. So the first thing I'm going to get into are these products right here. These are all like random products, so it's not really like eyeshadows, or I don't think there's any blushes in here, but I could be wrong. So basically this is things that I can use for things that are not eyeshadow palettes, basically, in my opinion. That's what it is, but I'm not really good at organization, so we'll see exactly what's in here. So I'm just going to tilt this to the side so we can kind of see. So the first thing I want to find is a foundation. So a foundation I want to try out is this one right here. This is the, that's not foundation. Oh my good golly. That is not foundation. Do I not have any more foundations that are new? I just purchased a new one, but okay, we could use this one. This is the NYX Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil. I do have a new foundation as well that I'm going to be using in combination with this, but I want to do a, oh my gosh, what the heck is it called? A haul. I want to do a haul with it with you guys first. So until I do the haul, I don't want to actually like go ahead and shop it. So you know what I'm saying? All right, so there's one, and then we're gonna look in here, and then we'll go ahead and use this bronzer as well. So this is a bronzer. I've used it once, but that's all I've used it, so once or twice. This is the Mega Bronzer in the shade 01 Cool, so I'm gonna use that bronzer. So we got bronzer and foundation, and then I have this Brow Struck powder by Kat Von D. This was on sale at Sephora, so I'm gonna use this for my brows for this week. We're gonna shop our stash mostly from new products. That's how I wanna do it, so I can use these things out. Then I have this Hourglass mascara that my friend Lashes Tony XO had sent me for my birthday. So I'm going to use this mascara for this week. Or where is my new one? Other one. Is it in here? Yep, here it is. There's the Too Faced Damn Girl one. Let's use that one because that one, I'll come back to the Hourglass one. But I'll use this one instead because this is a newer one and I want to test it out for you guys. So I'll use that. So that one's going to get used. That's a cleanser. And then we have Glow Getter Mist. Oh, so we could use this. This is a Wonder Beauty Glow Getter Mist. Let's see what it is. Honestly, I have no idea. Let's see. Oh, it's just a, I think it's like a setting spray. Glacier Water, Lavender Oil, Evening Primrose. What in the world? Hydrates, nourishes, and refreshes. I don't know. We'll try it out. We'll see if you can use it as a setting spray. So we'll use that one. And then for primer, for foundation, I could use this. That's a mixing thing. That's not a primer. Oh my good gosh. Catch the Light Highlighted in Glowtion, Illuminating the Light. This looks kind of like a primer. I think this is a primer by Wonder Beauty. So let's see. Yeah, I think this is a primer. So we'll use this as our primer for the week. So I'm going to use something very glowy. I like being super glowy in the summer. So we've got primer, foundation. What else do we have? Bronzer. I need blush. We need blush and lip products. So for lip products, I'm going to use the Maybelline Infallible. No, L'Oreal Infallible, not Maybelline. L'Oreal Infallible, as well as the Matte Whipped by, I think this is Ulta Beauty actually. Nope, Ardell. So we'll use both of these colors. I think they're very pretty, very neutral-like, but they'll work well. What else do we have in here? Oh, we have a tiny Marc Jacobs highlighter. So this is the Dewdrops Coconut Highlighting. Ooh, we could use that as well. So we'll use that one. So we got some fun things so far. We're getting a lot of things out of this basket. That's awesome. All Hours Foundation. Hey, there's another foundation we can test out. This is a YSL little deluxe size All Hours Foundation, so we can test that. I think we have a primer as well. Ugh, Instant Matte. I don't like mattifying, but it's summertime, so it'll be best time to try it, so we'll use that as well. I think that's all we need out of here, guys. We just need to find a blush. We need a blush now. What's this? That's Natasha. We have this highlighter from the Tetris collection by Ipsy. Here's another gloss. We could pull out the Balm. We'll use one of these balms here. These are the Tetris and Ipsy Balm collection, so I'll use this one right here. This one is in the shade L33T, whatever that means. Okay, so we'll use that. So now we just need a blush and we need eyeshadow. So eyeshadow palette is right here. So it's quite a big basket as well. So I'm going to pick you guys up so we can look down into it. So here's what we have down inside of here. We have all of these eyeshadow palettes that I have not really played with yet. So let's see. Do we have any blushes in here? That would be awesome too. Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. Let's do that because I purchased that right before I left for vacation, and I thought about taking it on vacation with me, but I was afraid I'd break it. So I think I'm going to use this for my palette. This is the one I want to use. And then, what else? I think that is it. Is that it? Is there any blushes in here is what I'm curious about. If there's a blush, that would be great. But if not, we'll just pull a blush out of my other stash. Ooh, the Melt Cosmetics ones. I really want to use this one as well soon. I wonder if I should try to pull both of them for the week. I think that might be too much, honestly, because I know me, and I will not be able to get a good feel for both of them. Let's see. This is the Villains Misunderstood. Yeah, we need to go to the blush drawer. So we're going to walk over to the blush drawer and see what we can find there. Because I know that we need to get a blush still. So let's see what we can find. Alright, so moving on over to the blush singles. I can't open my blush palette drawer. It's stuck. So I have to do a declutter for sure. So we're going to pull some blush singles out of here. So let's see what ones we want to pull. We could pull, let's see, some of these fun ones from Too Faced. So we have the Too Faced. This one's in How Deep Is Your Love. It's a nice bright pink one. So we could pull that one. As well as more of a nudie one. Let's do a nudie one as well. Ooh, this one looks pretty. This is the Sweetie Pie one from Too Faced. So we have both Too Faced products. Let me open it. Maybe. Okay. This is more of a bronzer, but I use it as a blush because it doesn't really look good as a bronzer for me. So I'm going to pull that. We'll use it as either or. We'll figure out what we're going to do with it this week. And then one more blush. Let's see. Let's not do another Too Faced. Let's do something different. We could do a Becca one, but that one I think is super dark. Laura Geller. There's a brand I haven't used in a while. So here we'll do this Laura Geller. This is the Baked Blush in Brighten. And this one is in Tropic Hues. So we'll use that one. So we have 3 blushes. The only other thing I don't have is concealer. But I'm just going to use my tried and true. You guys know. I'm going to use my Urban Decay Naked Skin concealer that's in my little box here where I've just kind of jumbled everything together. So I'm going to pull that back out. As well as when on my powder, my setting powder. The Becca one. So we'll use the Becca one as well as my Urban Decay. And then for eyelid primer, I'm going to use my MAC Paint Relief because that's one that, again, is a tried and true. So if I'm testing a palette out, I want to use things that I know how they work. So those are the things I'm going to pull. So that is everything, guys. That is our Shop My Stash for this week. So I think we have some really fun products to use. What do you guys think? I think we're going to have some fun. Let me know if you want to see a look with the Natasha Denona palette because I can definitely do that. And let me know what palette you want to see next. So if you see a palette in there that you're interested in me doing a look with, let me know because we can pull that. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.